Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just a little under 3 months away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film, at the end of the day, is going to have many different twists and turns, as well as brand new Star Wars lore, such as Jedi, Sith, and Force lore, that's going to be used for Kylo Ren, Rey, the Knights of Ren, and even others in this movie, that's going to be used as a way to drive the plot forward from start to finish of this movie. Now, on top of all of this, we do know that Episode 9 is going to be a film that's going to have a lot of prequel trilogy and original trilogy Easter eggs and connections, and of course, all these different connections that will also serve as little inspirational pieces for Star Wars Legends, also known as the Expanded Universe. Now, on top of all of this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, a description of a sequence where it's explained that Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren travel to a place called the Dark Spire, where it's said to be based on a world over in the Outer Rim, where Kylo and his Knights of Ren are set to meet with a creature called the Forger. It's explained that the Forger holds thousands of years worth of Sith knowledge, where the Forger eventually meets with the Knights of Ren and Kylo and gives the lead Knight of Ren a large sword-like weapon, where it's explained that this sword-like weapon once belonged to the Sith Lord known as Darth Revan, where Revan was said to have found and discovered the weapon inside of an ancient Sith temple that belonged to an ancient Sith Lord. It's described that the Forger tells the Knights of Ren and Kylo Ren about this particular weapon, that it is actually given to the lead Knight of Ren, that it actually existed before lightsabers were invented. Additionally, it's explained that the Darth Revan character fought many battles over at the Dark Spire against the Jedi many years ago. It's explained that Kylo Ren eventually comes across the statue of Darth Revan that lies well below the actual containment center of the Dark Spire, where ancient Sith text is actually said to be written inside of the statue, that is also described to offer Kylo Ren unknown Sith knowledge, and of course to the dark side itself. So what's really exciting about this is that we do know that Episode 9 is going to be a film that's going to introduce all these different types of lore by J.J. Abrams by digging into Star Wars Legends and bringing things back into canon, starting off with, of course, by far one of the fan-favorite characters of the EU, Darth Revan. Now, so far, you know, one of the fan favorites from the EU that is still canon is Darth Bane. A lot of fans are waiting on Malgus and Nihilus and all these different characters, right, from the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic. So Darth Revan, it's actually described that his weapon that he discovered is said to be a sword-like weapon that belongs now to one of the Knights of Ren, the lead Knight of Ren, if you will, that actually gets it and obtains it from the Forger. Now, the Forger, in case you guys have no idea who he is, this is the monkey-slash-wolf-like creature that is said to actually be placed over in the Dark Spire and actually is the one responsible for putting Kylo Ren's helmet back together into one piece and even developing Kylo Ren's mask in the first place and even the armor for the Knights of Ren. So this Forger character has been around for thousands upon thousands of years. It's an ancient creature that is a welder, a forger if you will, that's able to create whatever he needs to do for warriors, dark side users, Sith Lords, you name it. And that's the very interesting side, is that this Dark Spire is said to be very much like a castle that's similar to that of Darth Vader's fortress on Mustafar, where in this particular scenario, Kylo Ren eventually goes into the basement of the Dark Spire, where he discovers the statue of Darth Revan. Now, the statue of Revan is actually said to contain ancient Sith knowledge and ancient Sith texts that Kylo Ren comes across to learn more about the depths of the dark side, and of course the Sith in general, which also matches up with the new figure for Kylo Ren that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of days ago I should say, that actually was leaked out there, the box itself, where it explains that Kylo Ren in The Rise of Skywalker explores the depths of the dark side in order to use that as a way to benefit himself on his journey toward the darkness. So, on top of all of this movie is not only using a lot of Jedi, Sith, and Force lore to tell a very unique story for, of course, the Star Wars fans around the world, but they're also introducing Legends content in order to bring that into the new canon under Disney to create a brand new expanded universe after Episode 9 releases. Now, in case you guys did not know, Disney and Lucasfilm, they have a big plan for the new expanded universe, which is all said to take place after the events of Episode 9. So once Episode 9 drops, we are going to have a lot of comics, books, you name it, video games, that is actually set to be based after the Rise of Skywalker. Kind of similar to what happened after Return of the Jedi, where we got pretty much a library's worth of Star Wars content after, of course, back in the 80s. Leading up all the way until the late 2010s, or the early 2010s, I should say, because 2012 is when Disney bought out Lucasfilm. So, anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.